Hello, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to be showing you how I made Twilight Nexus. Why? I don't know why I'm making this. Like basically, I'm just baffled that I made a track that contributed to a game that was entered in the Game Maker's Toolkit 2025 Game Jam, and we got fifth overall in audio out of over 9,000 entries. I don't know. I can't believe that. So I kind of just kind of compelled to just go into this track and just show how it all came together. Because basically, this was real hacked together. I just I had 2 days. I joined in halfway through the jam. Uh, I basically just crunched like I never crunched before, and I made this. I'm still baffled. So yeah, basically this should be the track as project should be almost like how I exported it. It's not exactly the same. I have tweaked a few things and labeled a few tracks, but it should be essentially exactly what went in. But of course, none of the tracks were bounced, so we're not gonna give exact waveforms. So yeah, basically, what the track is mostly just uh loops of a drum track. I like this one. This one's really good. Yeah, these are all from Looper Man. Uh, they've all got the original names. This one is just the Vital synth, saw synth. I just made a saw and put a low pass on it, and that's all this is, except for like uh EQ here. I added it, and all this does is just leveling the volume because I do things in a strange way. This is a Surge XT. Most of them are all Surge XT patches. This one is called Smooth Stabs, apparently. Whatever. I this isn't. If you see this asterisk, you know something's changed. But all I changed on this is making the delay a bit louder. Oh, I guess I should show you this. This is a comb sweep. I guess I can unbounce this and show you. Oops, what am I doing? Uh, this is a 8 measure comb sweep. I think I must have edited this as well. I may have changed the pass on this. Okay, no idea what I changed, but apparently I changed something. And this just basically goes on. Yeah. This is a copied over audio track from this. Is it? Yeah. Let's bounce this so you could see what it is. Make it quieter. This is called a ghost pad. Oh, I guess I only used one out of this. I only used the noise from this. Huh, interesting. Anyway, so it's gonna do that all the time, so that's why I freeze the synth, so I just hear what it sounds like for real here. And this loop point is still here from when I worked on this, because basically the thing I worked on the most is writing this melody. This was the hardest thing for me. Basically, I started out with just this part, so it would have looped this again on the second go around. So yeah, that's what it was like originally. This is also from Looperman. What sample is this? Cool. Yeah, it's a backwards crash. That's all this is. I think I cut it off a little bit at the end. Yeah, I did. But just barely. Yeah, and this is still playing. This was meant to just add on to the end, but I decided to put this throughout the whole track. This loop. I think that sounds good. This is edited. Here's the original all the way over here in No Man's Land for some reason. Yeah, the rhythm's way different from how I edited it. And this is in conjunction with this weird thing. This on its own is a full loop that I only use this specific part. Yeah. So it's not exactly the original. Noisy things. This is a surge patch, I think. Clave Sticks by John Valentine. There's also... This is just SGM. Here's a sequence patch. I used a lot of sequence patches from Search XC. It's called Dark Knight, apparently. I'm sure I didn't change anything from this. I don't know why all of them have an asterisk. MIDI hi-hat. I'm pretty sure this is just SGM. Yep. Hip-hop, to be exact. Also, oops. I guess it doesn't matter if I moved it. There's also this chord. This will be evident from the name of this preset. This is slightly edited from what I had before, but The reason why this is called Stanley Parable Low Siren is because I was making a recreation of the track Countdown from the game Stanley Parable. That's one of my biggest inspirations for music. I love that track to death, and I kind of wanted to get like one of the instruments down, and so I got this, and I just reused it for this, and apparently it just fit in so well. I don't know why. So great call on my part to just use this preset that I made for a different track. Use it for this. And I think these chords sound great. And I just reused it for this, and it just fit, so I used it. Long Moments lead. This is another patch. Barrel-ish, apparently. Axel Sharp Atmosphere. And since Recardica, the game this was made for, I had to have loops in it. I decided I'm just gonna like sort of chop and sample, chop up just the first part again, just the regular melody, and honestly, it works well with the melody here. Yeah. So I had to have like a. Oh, I should have said this before. My inspirations for this track did not like reflect in the final thing. This track, I guess, is just a mismatch of my subconscious view of Flash games, that sort of vibe, and old stuff like that. I don't really listen to this kind of music. It's not the kind of music I've ever made before, but this is what happened. I think I wanted to go for trance more, but it kind of ended up different. Or I guess it's kind of trance. But yeah, I wanted to have like organic sounding loops, so I just like worked it into here, and apparently it just worked out. So we just have this. I kind of did it like off rhythm here because I saw this and I saw it would lead very nicely into here. It like lined up from the original melody. I don't know how to really show it, but it lined up nice. Yeah, well, okay, I can't really show it. Anyways, I just found a part that just happened to like sound really good together. It just have this nice. Oh, it goes from this note to that note. It's perfect, and it goes, and it stops here, which was like, oh, it ends on this note because this section ends on that note. Like, oh, it would go great, and I kind of did it like that. I'm not good with explaining things at all, but you know, how am I doing on the recording? I'm 14 minutes in. Wow. This is just vital. I just did a unison on a saw and called it there, and I did a little bit of reverb on it. I just put a reverb on it. Very basic. There's supposed to be a reverse crash here, but it just gets gets looped. I wanted to have a reverse crash here, but I was like, huh, well, because it's looping, shouldn't it be cutting at the part 2 so it wouldn't actually do the transition? Whatever. Probably not the uh, best decision, but whatever. Yeah, look at this looping. Oh, I got rid of the top hi-hats on this part specifically. This sounds weird. Yeah. I don't know what this is. This is probably another search pat. Yep. And another pad. Another glass pluck. Pan to the left instead of the right, like the other pluck or keys. I don't know what category it's in. All these surge patches are putting categories, and I just know them from the categories. So this one's keys, and that one is plucks, I think. Or maybe it might be from keys too. No, it's from plucks. Yeah, I just did chords because I don't know what else to do, and it worked out. Chords. Who would have guessed that? Who would have guessed that they would have helped me out? I don't know. That's great. These are like the first 2 things that entered this this project. It's just this part, not that was like the first instance of this project, but it turned into something great. And for the next part, I didn't know what to do on this part. I was like I was freaking out, so I just did the bass again, but I added another note. And it worked out. And I made it go down a step or a half step. I don't know much about music. I think it's a half step. But yeah, this bass line just goes up in octaves. It worked out. When I found this drum loop specifically, in particular, it was like, oh man, match made in heaven. I love this drum loop. Here's an unused drum loop. As you can tell. What is this? I don't know why that's a mistake. I don't know why that's here either. Here's an unused one. I made this one real quiet. Didn't use it. What is this? Oh yeah, I had no idea what instrument to use. Funnily enough, this was the first one I liked, but I tried other ones, but I went back to this one. Here's the other ones I tried for this part. That one wasn't good. Wait a second, isn't that the same one? Am I going crazy? I was going crazy. Anyways, I like the sound of this so much, I kept it. I wish I could have used this in, like, any other part. Well, this only ended up showing up in the start. This is my favorite part. This one bar or measure. I don't know what you call it. I just love this. I love this specific part the most out of the entire track. Because I wish I could have done more with the drums on this part. I wanted to have a more, like, more upbeat rhythm. It kind of didn't have that in the end, but hey, the result is still pretty good, right? But yeah, I don't know. I wanted there to have no melody on this last part, but then I started doing the chop up at the this part, so I had to put it here too, but without the melody this time. But I think that it sounds pretty good, just chopped up like this instead of running normally, because it would sound like this. Instead, it sounds like this. Yippee. Yeah, these are scratches I put here. Did not end up using them. What are you? Oh yeah, kicks. I decided not to do standalone kicks, just use the kicks from this because it just hits. It just hits hard, man. Oh yeah, this is a random. I don't know. I just had that lying around. I made that sample for some reason. I had no use for it. And I'm like, it kind of sounds cool. What if I put it here? And it didn't end up working, so that's it. Unused rhythm. Yep. That's cool sounding reverse cymbal. Did not end up using it. And here's a synth that I ended up not using. It's just vital. not using this one. Let's go see what we have in No Man's Land. I had no idea what I was doing here. This was a random base line that I thought of, and I didn't use it, so it's just here in No Man's Land. Oh God. I think this was the alternate melody that I thought of using for like this part, I think. It doesn't sound good, but let's see what he sounds like here. Wait, no, not here. Here. Yeah. Anyways, I guess I just didn't like it, so I didn't use it. This is another search patch. What is it? Larger. This one is a very detuned one. It's called Melon. One of these is still going. You. Because these would keep going after the thing. But I have automation lane here to turn the volume down. So it goes back to pretty much quiet. Except a couple there that keep going. Shouldn't be here. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Do you know how long it took me to finally like put some EQ on this? It sounded like this for the longest time. Sounds so much better. But yeah, I really didn't do anything fancy with this track. I guess I did do a little bit of EQ on this. CDR Nova, my beloved. Yeah, I didn't use any compressors, nothing fancy. I just went for it. Just went for it, and I didn't look back. And I'm really proud of the writing with this track, honestly. Yeah, that was my deconstruction of Twilight Nexus, a track that I still can't believe I wrote. I don't know how it all came together. I just cheated and used a bunch of presets of on Surge XT, and I used samples, drum loops. Wow. But I mean, I think I did it's kind of like another track I did, or like the last few jams I've done, like Poly.wave. That one was very much so sequenced patches on Surge XT and drum loop samples. And so was Space Whale Saves the World. That one also was very much so, but I think I leaned heavily more towards using drum loops that time around than the first time when I did it for Poly.wave. Poly.wave was like my first time doing, okay, I'm gonna try using samples and then try and use loops. And I did that. That was the first time I used those. And a lot of the sequenced synths from Surge XT, the patches. And Space Whale was another experiment towards that direction. And when I got this game jam, I had 2 days, so I was like, "Fuck it, we're gonna just go all in with drum loops and sequence synths," and it turned out good. So hooray! Um, I'm doing this mainly a deconstruction because I always wanted to see how other people made their music, and nobody does stuff like that really. So I just thought, hey, I I'm the kind of guy who wouldn't wanted to see other people their deconstruction of their tracks. So I'm doing it in spirit of that, showing you how I made Twilight Nexus. Uh, I really can't show the process because I didn't really record it. But this is the deconstruction track. That's how everything comes together. It's all pretty simple, really. Uh, but that's really pretty much how it all came together. Let's hear it without the melody. I like underscores like this. Yeah. But yeah, like I've always wanted to see other people's track deconstruction. I love seeing the stems and how it all comes together. I wish more people did that. I love seeing I love seeing the deconstruction of it. I just love seeing all the individual elements that make up the track. But yeah. And I love the Nightcore version of this way more. I kind of want to make another version just as like the Nightcore of Twilight Nexus. It was at first a joke, but I kind of really like it. Especially the first part. My favorite part, which is that, okay, well, this part. That's what I'm talking about. That's my favorite part. The intro. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a simple deconstruction. Uh, to the best of my ability. Uh, if you want to see deconstructions of my other tracks, feel free to let me know because uh, I wish I had the courage to go like to ask people whose music I like. Well, or mostly I can't because maybe they're just not around. But I would just if I had the opportunity to ask them, if I could see their deconstructed tracks, I would love to because I love seeing deconstructed tracks like this. So maybe this will be of use to somebody else. I don't know. Anyways, no idea how this track got put into a soundtrack for record record recordica recordica. I don't know how to really say it myself, but just the same that this was part of a soundtrack of a game that got fifth overall in audio out of over 9,000 entries in the game jam. How does that even happen? I don't even know. But yeah, bye.